Hello, everybody. Welcome to our stream. Today we're going to be talking about everyone's old favorite nostalgic TV shows and comparing them. Sometimes we're going to go back as far back as the 60s, and hell, we're going to talk up right until modern times because some of those shows are so good they have to be nostalgic. So, who wants to start? Farv, you want to
Don't
start?
don't start with me yet.
Okay. Cool Street. Let's start with you.
Oh,
Right? When you were a younger version of a fetus, um,
you
what
want
what
everyone
show
to hate me in this server? You're gonna feel
server
old
server
in this. Well,
stream?
in
So
the stream / it on your server in Potato Heaven later.
so
You're
Cool
denying
Street.
your entire Discord server by them watching this.
So Cool Street. What shows would you consider nostalgic? When someone says, "Think of a show from your childhood," what pops to mind?
The original
It,
Pokemon.
oh yeah, with Chubby Pikachu. You cannot beat Chubby Pikachu.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob, what about you? Cool Street, I'll let you finish that, and
Uh,
then we'll circle back. Okay.
I have. I mean, I've watched old series from like the '60s, so
Yeah.
probably from
Like,
my time. My time
yeah,
would probably be like Babylon 5 or Deep Space Nine, something like that.
Deep Space Nine is the best of all Star Trek.
That's no, I know that's sort of like in '90s territory, more or less.
Oh yeah, we're all '90s babies
Yeah.
here.
Most
But no, I will fight you on this. DS9 is the best of all the Star Treks. Janeway is a war criminal.
yeah, you need to have a talk. You need to have a talk and debate that with Pacific 404.
Yeah.
I'll explain that off stream, but Janeway is a war criminal.
Against the Borg.
No. No.
It must have been something you assimilated.
But is there any one show that like sings to your heart, Jacob? Like that you're like, oh, it's blah blah blah.
The Andy Griffith Show
I have never seen that or heard of it. What the hell
or
is that?
Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke is a good one.
I'm supposed to skip.
Yeah.
No, Jacob.
I've got 4 seasons of Gunsmoke on DVD.
That's works.
What?
Nice.
No
Yeah.
tunes. They hit us for those. But someone that was that recently hit for whistling a team tune.
Seriously? Oh.
Thank you, YouTube overlords. We love your guidelines. Please
No, we
shove them up
don't.
your ass.
No, we don't.
Yeah, that's why I said, please, Karen Wazowski, shove them up your ass sideways.
Karen's
Thank you.
been gone for months, man.
I don't know. I don't follow YouTube.
Some Indian dude running it now.
Ah,
Whatever current ass hat, they can shove it at their ass. Was
sideways.
add a cacti in there or something.
So, when I think of old shows, nostalgic shows, one of the ones I grew up watching, and I'm going to get a laugh out of all of you to show you the shit I used to watch. Murder, She Wrote.
Not my
I-
cup of fish, but it's not bad.
Never really seen it. I mean, the only thing like related to that I've seen, of course, like Jacob meant the Andy Griffith Show. I remember seeing my grandfather watching it. I mean, even when it was syndicated, when I saw it syndicated, it came on right after like The Simpsons around like 9:00 at night. And of course, my grandfather he recorded like a 24-hour Barney Miller marathon on VHS, and then he got the whole series on DVD.
Yeah. But no, honestly, so show you how much I've actually loved Murder, She Wrote. I have actually sat down and watched lore videos on Murder, She Wrote, and I've watched theory videos on it and everything. I legitimately believe that the whole reason why she's writing her books in the first place is to cover up her murders.
So
She needs to know.
So that's where they got the idea for Basic Instinct from, huh?
No. Murder She Wrote was taken from an English TV show, long-running English TV show called Miss Marple. Yeah. But another one I think of for myself is Bewitched.
Huh. You watch a lot of sitcoms, don't you?
Oh boy.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh man, when I think of another sitcom, I'm thinking I Love Lucy, and when I think of I Love Lucy,
I
I
have
think of
never
that damn.
seen that.
It's all right as old sitcoms go. It's nothing
Yeah.
special.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, though. And of course, you got the Dick Van Dyke Show, all these other crazy ones. Leave it to Beaver, or Leave It to Beaver.
So-
Reba?
Have any of you ever seen Boy Meets World?
Yeah, I remember it.
I had the misfortune of seeing it at somebody else's house and wish they would die.
Oh boy.
The person or the show?
Both.
Yes.
Oh gosh. Well, it's ironic though. I think some of the cast members defended one of the people who worked on it that was mentioned in that documentary.
We'll talk about
I
that
bet they
another time.
did.
Yeah. But
But
still,
yeah, no, that show got weird towards the end because the brother who was actually like kind of had a brain, kind of got dumber and turned into a cartoon character by the end.
yeah, and that's the sort of thing. It's a thing that's been happening. Even it happens with happened with Friends, and even more recent examples with a lot of cartoons. This concept of Flanderization, where you
Yeah.
just take one small aspect of a character and just amplify it up to 11. Like if a character's just dumb, that's literally they just turn that into just their personality trait. He's an it.
Yeah.
The person goes from slightly absent-minded or dim-witted to complete idiot.
But Jacob, is there any other ones you'd like to mention?
X-Files. What else?
Oh yeah.
What do you know?
Farscape.
All right. The fifth season of the X-Files. Nice.
I've
Oh,
got several others around here somewhere.
Oh, nice.
I used to watch loads of the X-Files.
I also have all of Millennium, which is the other show that Chris Carter did.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
By the way, that
Five
one's hard to fucking get now.
Yeah, it is.
You want to know what one they've screwed up? Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. No, I need to clear my throat.
Oh,
But you know what? So the original Quantum Leap, right?
Yeah.
They have removed the Theo Down syndrome episodes.
Oh,
that doesn't surprise me at all.
Oh,
Yeah. That
Yeah.
one.
It
Yeah,
was,
I know.
it,
Yeah,
was
I know.
too, it was too offensive, I'm sure.
Of course, yeah,
Yeah.
And I think, we know one certain channel uses. those
I'll have a
for their
couple of
intro.
things to say about that when we get, not about that, but about that kind of shit when we get to my part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey,
Orville,
Orville
Nation.
Nation.
Good to see you, bud. Hey, Orville, can you shout me out? Could you throw my link out there for me? But yeah, like that episode was actually hailed by the American Down Syndrome Society as being like, I'm going to use it, but this is the proper use of it, progressive for its time, right?
Wow.
Like the Down syndrome guy was not looked on as a fool or an idiot.
Yeah, that's
And-
a bond.
It's a birth issue. It's not like they can help it.
Exactly, it isn't. It's something that can't be. It's something.
Yeah, exactly. It's like being born ginger.
Yeah,
Mm.
They can't help it.
it makes no sense.
Oh,
They
No.
don't don't put any of it to draw attention to any Down syndrome people. Let's
No,
just
it
make
actually-
them disappear from society. That's basically
Yeah,
what
well,
they're
that's
doing.
because
All
that's
the-
what Hollywood
all the
does.
Indian
like, oh,
stuff.
yeah,
All the
it's
Indian
like, well, this
stuff,
might
like
offend
on
someone. So
butter and
Yeah.
and everything. It's like let's make
Land
it
O'Lakes,
disappear.
Land
from-
O'Lakes. It
from
was
our
Land O'Lakes
site.
butter where they removed the Indian girl from all the artwork. They took her.
Yeah.
Right.
They
Yeah,
removed the butler from Cream of Wheat and Cocoa Wheats. And I remember growing up with this really friendly looking black dude in a butler's outfit, like holding the bowl of like cream of wheat on the ball. It's gone.
Yeah,
It's not there.
right.
Removed it.
And
also
also Aunt Jemima too.
Yep. Yeah, they did that too. It's that kind of
They
bullshit.
changed the recipe on everything. It no longer is even good maples. Like it's no longer good
But-
pancake syrup.
No.
Yeah.
So we started with Kusri and we kind of bounced off. Is there anyone that you want to talk about?
Golden Girls.
Who are we talking to?
Ooh,
Okay.
What?
Golden Girls.
Golden Girls. Yeah, I used to watch it early in the morning.
Wait, really?
Of course.
Yeah.
I would not have figured that.
You're such a
Hmm.
Blanche.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know my
Ooh.
grandmother. If she wasn't watching
Wow.
Young and the Restless or watching Price is Right, she was watching the Golden Girls.
Sorry. I
You're
meant
gonna
the
pay
Rose.
for that one later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. When I come back from Boston, I'm going to look like a fucking disco ball. So, yeah, like, is there any episodes that stick out to you?
The one where they were dancing to like win some prize money, and they danced till literally their partners ended up falling, and then Rose and I think it was Blanche and dancing together to win that like prize money because their partners fell over, and it was like the last bit of it.
Yeah. The one that sticks out to me for reasons that my friends know is the Alzheimer's episode. And what was the grandmother's name?
I
Oh,
didn't. I don't know.
Sophia. When like she was talking to that, and they're like, "Oh, they're going to have to take him away. He can't remember anything, and he's getting angrier." That was, but like that show really
tragic.
pushed a lot of. It was, but that show really pushed a lot of things forward. They one of the show writers had what's now called chronic fatigue syndrome. It wasn't diagnosable at the time, and she wrote that in. Do you remember that episode, Kusri, where she gave the speech at the end? That was taken from the own lady's life.
It reminds me of the two movies, Grumpy Old Men.
Oh,
Either of you have seen those, but it reminds me of the
Barb,
part.
you watched them with us.
Oh, that's right, we did. I didn't know if
It was it was during the pandemic.
It reminds me of the part where Burgess Meredith's character passed away, like in the middle of the second movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was actually heartbreaking. Like when you actually watch it, that was. But like fucking, they don't make shit like they do back in the 80s. Talking about 80s people, Farv.
Okay. Well, one that I came across again recently was actually this.
Hold on, enhance. Nope.
Oh my gosh.
I have not heard of it, but I've seen that picture so many times.
This is a good show.
Yeah.
My dad actually got me started on this show because he used to watch it all the time. The problem is these are really fucking hard to find. I can't get all of it. There are seasons that are just nowhere. I have seasons 1 and 4. Seasons 2 and 3 are next to impossible to get. And then we have
the movie's really
this.
good too.
But
Airwolf. Okay.
I've
Airwolf,
heard of
yeah.
that. Have never seen it. Just you see, the thing is, and this is going to sound stupid. So a lot of the stuff you grew up with,
It wasn't available where you live.
no. So like the stuff I'd be grown. This is why I haven't mentioned a lot. Like the stuff I grew up with, like Bubba. No, I've introduced Kusri to. I think Farv, you would have watched it. Father Ted. That was a staple of my childhood. Did you ever watch it, Farv?
No, I watched a lot of scattershot stuff growing up though.
Yeah, Jet Sparks. I would highly recommend Father Ted to you. It's right up your alley.
But one thing I was going to mention about stuff that people don't like
Yeah.
to talk about in shows is when I started watching this again, I realized that there were a lot of these episodes are dealing with non-veterans.
Really? What decade was that?
This was made in the early 80s. But the thing is,
those
the
were
main
not
character,
spoken about.
yeah, the main character was a chopper pilot in Vietnam who made it back home, and his brother didn't. His brother was
Wow.
listed as a POW when they were saying there were no POWs. And so there's several episodes in the show that are actually really good, like HX1, and I think it's either Daddy's Going to Hunting or Bite of the Jackal, one of the two, where he's actually dealing with other guys who he fought with back then who got treated so shit when they got back to the States. They basically couldn't get a job, so they turned into freaking mercenaries that he ran into working for pretty shitty people in other countries.
Like, yeah, I've seen like a lot of things, but so the only thing recently I've seen with any non-veterans is Ted, like the TV show, and the scene is funny, but when you actually see what they done, it's like, what did you do? I can't talk about what I did, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be some shit, but like the scene, honestly, first time you watch it's funny, but now you're saying it's kind of fucked up. Turned around and shouted on the top of his voice, "I jacked off a dog." Do not clip that, anyone. But
Everyone
like
put
he,
that.
Ghost Free, I will paint you yellow.
There was another one that made some reference to that, though not quite as heavily, that I grew up with, and that would be this.
The A-Team, yes.
Mhm.
I grew up.
This is the whole fucking show, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Hey Torch, I am never doing that. Like I made I promised the guys that whatever I say, because I am never going to pretend to not be me, and I'm never going to take anything back.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, he said what he said.
Yeah, yeah. I said what I fucking said.
Torshi, if no one will do Airwolf versus Blue Thunder because nobody's got the balls to touch either one and not fuck it up anymore.
Yeah.
Mel Brooks turned around and he said nobody will do Blazing Saddles now. He said, honestly, we need a Blazing Saddles now. He said we need one.
Yeah, I saw him talking about that in FNT. We need something that's like Blazing Saddles, but we do it with Leslie Nielsen, with like all the woke crap that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, the problem is, I mean, if you think about it, you can't even do freaking Monty Python anymore.
Of course not.
They're in the BBC, on the BBC iPlayer, they've actually removed a lot of what Monty
Are
Python
you fucking for real?
What?
Yeah, they've put warning labels on and they don't even show Monty Python on the TV anymore.
Yeah, they do the same thing with
exactly.
This is what you have to do.
The towers.
Yeah, because I was sure when the BBC started acting stupid that Monty Python was going to start disappearing.
So, talking about acting stupid, Russell T Davies said the quiet part out loud. The BBC is on its last legs.
I heard about that.
Yeah, which is why Doctor Who has gone to Sony and Disney. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna try to at least try to recoup it somewhat, because I think this show is gonna be exclusive, and this is the adaptation in some book called A Good Girl's Guide to Murder.
And it's Kusri's Diary.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's basically it's a YA novel that's based off some novel. Then it's gonna star the girl who played Enid from Wednesday as the main character.
Hey Jetspark, since you've been bringing up points, you want to talk about your stuff?
What are you talking about?
The topic of the stream, buddy.
Sorry. Yeah, there's at least a couple like things that stick out to me or three things that stick out to me nostalgically. One of them is Kablam on Nickelodeon.
That's been a minute since I heard about that.
Yeah, of course, you already have the funniest segments like Sniz and Fondue, Prometheus and Bob, Life with Loopy, and of course one of my favorite ones, Action League Now.
That's the one I couldn't remember the name of. I was about
to
ask.
It. I remember that.
By the way, Farm, it's really good. I mean, just look it up. You are gonna be surprised when you find.
Oh no, I actually saw it. I just forgot what the name of the action figure one was.
Yeah,
I just want to give a little announcement.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend Phil TMNT has officially earned his purple belt.
Nice. Woo! Congrats.
Yes.
This is a
So
little late in the game, but I
Go
almost
ahead.
forgot, and I feel like I'd be remiss not to mention this, considering that the company that made it no longer exists. These.
hold up.
Oh, red versus blue.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
Because
You
these
Yeah.
are not going to be around much longer, I'm sure, considering that the company's gone.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
folks.
These
Ruby's
were a
in,
lot of fun.
yeah, and Ruby's in like limbo. I mean, it's not gonna be done. But then again, the writing for the show's gone off the rails since like volume 3.
Ruby started to die. 3 and 4 were salvageable. Ruby started to die around beginning of volume 5 and then
Yeah.
never recovered.
Yeah, they literally
Yeah.
just don't know where the heck they were going with it. And then like the ninth volume, I mean, sure, different location, but it went back. It kind of goes somewhat back to the status quo.
Well, from 7 to 9 just started unraveling entire character arcs for no fucking good reason.
Yeah, like, okay, look, like, are we supposed to be caring about Cinder's backstory? Look, we already know one thing. Yeah, she might have been a person, but we already know she's a freaking murderous psychopath. What is there to be so sympathetic about her? The fact that
I'm
she's
amazed
crazy.
I'm amazed anybody could muster any sympathy for that character after Pyranikos. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Cinder was going.
Right,
In
yeah,
fact, I think they were going to relegate her to officially to main villain status, but they don't give her anything to do.
That and they kept fucking over Atlas.
It's
and
more
freaking
like she
General
can make them
Ironwood,
worse.
like constantly. Every
Yeah,
time I
and
turn around, they were making Ironwood worse.
Yeah, they made him
Mhm.
look bad. They made him look terrible. And
Talking
two-
about,
Hmm?
I was saying, talking about people looking terrible. We're moving on to Bubba next.
Ouch.
Sorry. All right, yeah, but I still had like other things to talk about. Yeah,
No,
I had
we're
other
going
things-
back. We're not done the stream. Like,
Yes.
We're
Yeah.
only 21 minutes in, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Bubba.
Bubba, what crap were you allowed to watch from your sin box?
All right, man. So I'll tell you, and I had to go back and get these because during the pandemic I had to work the entire time, but I had a little bit of extra money, so I didn't really have a choice. I got everything. Hercules Legendary Journey. Got all of Hercules. Got the prequel with Ryan Gosling, Young Hercules. I got the 5 movies that started out. That if you go to Walmart right now and you buy Hercules Legendary Journeys, it does not have 5 movies that kicked off the series. It is 5 straight TV movies. I found those. I got all of Xena, and I VHS copy of the Hercules and Xena animated movie where Kevin Sorbo and Lucy Lawless play them. I absolutely love that continuity. Now, another continuity that I am completely devoted to. I have everything that has ever been on a big or small screen of Highlander. Hercules and Highlander are the two of them. But I'm talking about, I got the spin-off, I got the animated series, I got the anime movie, I've got the straight TV films, the movie theater films. I have everything that has ever been Hercules Legendary Journeys or Highlander. Like that. Those are like, that's when you talk about peak nostalgia. I think that's where I got obsessed with sword fighting. But that and pirate stuff, I recommend the movie Cutthroat Island to anyone.
I remember that
Bad
movie.
to say about it. Yeah, it wasn't the movie's fault. It wasn't the movie's fault that the studio shut down. That studio was doomed long before that, and that movie just took that whole team just got stuck holding the bag. But it was a really
My mom and I
really
watched
good
that movie, I think, in the theater. It wasn't that bad of a movie.
No, I love that movie, absolutely. But so a couple others, like I love the first Dragonheart movie. Only the first Dragonheart movie.
I don't really recall there being another one.
There's 2 more, and the third one got weird and stupid. It actually had the.
There's 5 more. They're up to 6
5?
now. Yes,
What?
they keep beating this. They keep beating the dead dragon. Anyway, that aside, speaking of Hercules, Kevin
Hold on.
Sorbo, dude is
Torshi, that explains everything.
So it's nearly as bad as the Land Before Time movie.
I was about to mention that as far as direct-to-video sequels, that was reaching fucking Land Before Time levels.
okay,
Oh,
but you
God
gotta
help
understand, Land Before Time stopped at 14, and they've kept true to their continuity. 13 movies, a 26 episode series, the 14th movie, and that wraps
That
up
had
the
a
entire
show?
continuity of Land Before Time.
Yeah,
Yes, they did.
Wow.
On Disney Channel, there was a 26 episode series, and all of the voice actors from the later movies stayed with it, not the original ones.
I'll be damned.
obviously.
Wow.
I think
But
I
yeah, no,
saw
it-
all of those movies except the last one I saw was Land Before Time 9, and that was when that was the one with the solar eclipse.
So
And-
I'm going to make Kusri laugh because I'm going to rephrase my statement. It's not as bad as the Pokemon movies. There's like what? There was 22 of those fuckers.
oh,
Yeah.
So fucking many.
Whole thing, yeah.
The DVDs.
Well, that's the thing. Like I'm trying, because y'all heard me rant about cartoons a lot. So
Talking about
I'm
this.
trying to stick to just live action shows. Smallville.
I'm gonna talk about
Smallville.
both.
Uh,
Whatever I watched, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, as far as it goes, like Smallville is one of those shows that it's different as it was from the comic books. You almost get surprised how much they kept like the comic books. It was just a really good, pleasant surprise from start to finish. But yeah, and then like I mentioned, Kevin Sorbo, Andromeda.
Oh yeah, I remember
freaking-
Andromeda.
Like because Andromeda was come up with by Gene Roddenberry, but it was continued by his wife after he died.
oh yeah, Earth
And-
Final Conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
another good one.
yeah. That's the thing. I really like Kirk on that. Does anybody remember a weird, not quite X-Men show called Mutant X?
Yeah,
Yes.
I watched the
Yeah,
first.
I've got that one on DVD. I freaking love that one. I love, I've got the Birds of Prey show on DVD. I got the live action Witchblade show. But
Anybody
yeah, no,
else? Anybody else got into these?
Nope.
Nice.
Never got into Geodo, but nice.
Farv, I think the producer, she got into those. Talking about
But, yeah.
so talking about older stuff, right? I'm going to mention some stuff from over my part of the world. Also, so who was that guy who all the Americans love, who was doing the painting?
Oh, Bob
Bob
Ross.
Ross.
He was actually painting a journey. If you look at all of his paintings together, he was not painting random scenes. He was actually painting a journey through the mountains.
I could absolutely believe that.
So over this
Yeah.
part, stuff I grew up with. Father Ted. You cannot beat Father Ted. Kusri, did I show you Father Ted yet?
But didn't we
Yes.
just talk? That was the first thing you talked about.
That was the second thing.
Second thing.
Yeah. So Father Ted, for those of you who don't know, is about a priest stuck on a fictional island called Craggy Island, where everyone has one brain cell but lost it. Right? It's literally priest do dumb shit shenanigans happen. Then another one I grew up with was Keeping Up Appearances. I love that. Me and my
Yeah.
mother used
Hey,
to
Phil.
watch that. You watched that, Jacob?
Pronounced a bouquet.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Spelled Bucket. You mean bucket? No, my husband was like these French aristocrats from the past. Like that was fucking hilarious. Or else One Foot in the Grave. Anyone see
Yeah,
that
I've
one?
seen that.
Mm-mm.
The ending of One Foot. Hey Phil, check your DMs, buddy. Get your ass in here. The ending of One Foot in the Grave. Fucking ruined One Foot in the Grave. They killed
There's a
off-
lot of shows that the ending fucks up everything. Honestly,
The last episode takes place a year and 6 months after the show, right? And it starts up with like Richard, and he's there, and Victor Meldrew, and he's talking to Margaret, and Margaret's not talking, and you're like, oh, I bet he's done something stupid this time, because like she'd be often pissed off at him. Like on the special when they went to Spain, she said, take the suitcase down from the attic and we'll fill it. But he brought the suitcase off the bed with no clothes in it for any of them. And so then in the last episode, she was ignoring him the whole time, and it turns out that Victor had gotten killed, and he was a ghost the whole time.
Oh Jesus!
Right?
What?
And it fucking and it ends with Margaret. Margaret was a volunteer for Veterans with PTSD Center, and it's like old people with dementia. You know those mixed centers that only exist in TV shows.
Yeah.
Right? So she was working there, and this woman came in volunteering, and it's like, oh, I have to volunteer, like I have to get my conscience clear for like God and religion and all stuff like that. And she's like, oh, that's good. And then Margaret was gone very much like Victor, right? She was went from being kind to very cynical. At the end of she turns around and she's like, what happened to you? Turning around to the girl who she was there with, she said, about I was an alcoholic and I ran someone over. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, they died. Ah, where's that? Just say King's Cross. And Margaret's like, what? When? She said, about a year and 6 months ago was this old guy with a trench coat and a peak cap. And she went, yeah. And it turned out that she was drunk when Victor went to his magic of the month gathering. No one showed up. And then he went outside. He got run down. So Margaret, she's like, Margaret, I got a migraine. Can you get me some paracetamol? And she said, of course I can. And she went to her medicine cabinet. She's like, Margaret, you okay? She's like, yeah, just getting your glass ready. And this glass, which should have had like little fizz in it, came in pure white. Right? And Margaret left it down in front of her and she said, drink it. What? I said, drink it. And the one just picked up with her hand shaking and drank the glass. And Margaret just walked off with a little smile from her as like there was like no sound in the background. And that's how they fucking ended the show.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 7 years of like this fucking hilarious show and they just fucking ended it in the most fucked up way. It's oh my god. But Favre, so you got something in your hands.
Oh, I was waiting my turn. I was just fucking with it.
Oh, we're after going in a row, so basically now if anyone wants to speak up, please show something closely.
There we go. There's that.
Hey, it is Star Trek the Animated Series. Yes, actually, now that series is actually responsible for a lot of Star Trek stuff that we know today. I was saying that it's responsible for the LCARs because they didn't have the money to constantly have to change the lights and everything like that. So what they did was have them touching a black screen, claimed that the ship was upgraded.
Yeah.
Of course it was. Then they also introduced the cat race, which I'm pretty sure created the furries in the 60s.
If you're talking about the one...
No, you can't prove that.
It was a lion woman in a mini skirt and a
Maress.
crop top.
It was Maress. She was wearing the same uniform as all the other female officers.
No, I'm talking about the Mirror Universe.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody dressed like that in the Mirror Universe.
Honestly, I would have given a joke reference.
What?
Yeah, if we're
What cracks me
What's
up
that, Kusri?
Nope.
What'd you say, Bubba?
I said, what bothers me is that furries are against fur. And, but I'm telling you, man, you show up to one furry convention dressed as Elmer Fudd and they say you've gone too far.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Now, I do have one thing that most people probably wouldn't expect me to have. Because I remembered watching this as a kid because there was somebody in my family that had fucking...
isn't it?
No. That had fucking HBO when I was like 6 or 7 years old. And I found this.
Yeah.
Oh, Fraggle Rock.
Man.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
96
I'm telling you though,
motherfucking episodes of this.
Wow.
Every time in my household, growing up, whenever somebody would say something really, really like a downer, we'd be like, "All right, boober."
Oh.
My grandfather had to watch that show with all of his grandkids, and whenever he was fucking off somewhere, it's like, where is he, Fraggle Rock? Like, because he used to park his car at this beach side, which was like known for having big boulders on it, right? And it's like, where is it, Fraggle Rock? And it's like, but then it ended up getting confusing because like my granddad's neighbor's like, where's Sherry? And one of the grandkids, I don't know which one it was, turned around and went, Fraggle Rock.
Oh boy.
Okay. And it's like, okay, so. But yeah, here's a question for you. Is there a show that you had to watch for years for whatever reason, sibling or some parent loved it, right? That you're like, oh, everyone's like, it's a classic, but you're like, if I watch that again, I'm going to stab myself in the testicles.
The original My Little Pony.
No, back in the day, it was Dora. It was Dora. The
I see that. I see that, Kusri.
Kusri, would you like to tell us about your pony love?
Shut the fuck up.
But the show that comes to mind,
Well, seeing as I was
when
the
you
age,
bring
so it's
that up
fine for so.
is Mama's House and Roseanne.
Oh Christ,
You
Mama's
shut your-
Mama's
dear God.
Family,
Yeah.
really? Ooh.
Mama's,
You
yeah.
shut.
Well, like I said, it was just on, it was on TV, and my family would watch it, and I just, now that I'm older, both of those shows are hilarious, but when I was a kid, I was one of those kids that, like, say the intro looked like a cartoon, and then it was not an actual cartoon, I would get angry. Like, I have always adored cartoons.
Oh,
So that was the
talking
thing. Like I said, as an adult, they're great.
about Kusri, would you like to introduce your audience?
Meow.
We're not
Meow.
hiding
No, they're not. They're part of the furniture. But I'm just saying, would you like to introduce your audience?
that. Distraction, kitty.
Oh shit! No.
Hi, Jet.
Kitty.
Barb, when you're taking over for next week's stream, you're going to have so much fun because the order that's on the screen is not the order that's behind here. So, like, where are you? Where is everyone? Hi, Miss Barnes Miasis. I hope you're having a lovely day. But okay, the show that comes to mind for me.
Mine was Power Rangers.
Oh. You shut the fuck up. Yeah.
You just made me angry.
The
You
show
would
that
like-
comes-
you would like- you would like
to turn
my
into a
angry.
giant version of
What
himself.
explosions in
He's
the
going to turn
background?
into a giant version of himself. We're gonna have to morph into the Megazord to stop him.
Fire the
No.
lasers. Fire the you exposed his mutant DNA.
Fuck, where's the mag?
Fire the magna beam. Fire
So
the
the
magna
show
beam.
for me,
Magic wand, make my monster grow.
Okay,
If I have
man.
if I have to watch it again, I'm going to end up killing someone.
What,
Oh, yeah?
Power Rangers?
No.
No, it's Biker fucking Grove.
What the
Oh.
fuck is that?
I never heard of that.
Is
wouldn't,
that
it's
an Irish show?
English? It's
English.
I
Is
have
it-
actually heard of that one, and you're right, it's dog shit.
yeah, like the shows like Biker Grove. Like that's like the intro. Like they simply say the
Yeah.
words Biker Grove and
Sounds
more. I'm not.
obnoxious.
Yeah, it's like they try to do a rap. It's like Biker Grove,
no.
Biker. Yeah, they
That
had
sounds
like.
cringe already.
Oh no, it takes place in a girls' school,
It does.
right?
Christ.
Yeah, and then the girls' school gets integrated, and one of them turns around and says these lines. That's everyone's like, "What the fuck? Are you sick of having your period cramps? Get pregnant!" And I'm like, everyone's like, "What?"
Ooh.
They had teenagers get killed with gunshots, fucking drugs. I'm like, why is this school still open?
Because the
Yeah, but the
UK
worst
legal
part is-
system apparently.
Worst part is with all of that, they did not make the show interesting. With
No.
everything you just stated, How could it be boring with all of that?
Surprise.
Kushri, are you attempting to kill your desk with a straw?
No, I was putting the lollipop thing in the cup.
Okay, I couldn't tell at that angle. It looked like you were stabbing your desk with a straw.
No. The one with the worst intro is Around the Twist.
What the flying hell is that?
I promise I watch good shows.
Yeah, that would basically be your Alex torture. That would be your Alex torture scene.
Oh, by the way, you want to see something kind of cool? This is what we were talking about earlier. I saw this was over on my shelf.
Ooh. Okay, I have to admit that is fucking cool.
That is really cool.
I have this one. I've got
a doctor.
I've got this one. I've got. Unfortunately, I couldn't get McCoy.
Never mind.
I couldn't get McCoy. I have Kirk, the Gorn captain, and Scotty.
So I have a story about McCoy that's actually kind of sweet. McCoy he never stated her name. McCoy was at a Comic-Con and he met this girl who could barely talk. Right? And she's like, thanks for, and he's like, what are those slits on your wrist? Still bleeding through her shirt.
Ooh.
Right? And she was cutting herself. And he noticed that one was a preparation cut. He said he's seen this before. Right? And he's like, I'll make a deal with you. He said, I'm at conventions. He said, you come to every fucking convention I'm at. So he did the one circuit so she keep coming. And she went there for years and years and years.
Wow.
Right? And he got to see her change. And he said that one day she's like, she's just like, was really quiet in herself. It's like, I met this guy and never came back. Right? He's like, he always wondered. 25 years later, he said, this woman walks in and it's like, hi, can I help you? And she said, oh, hi. Like, you know, like any bubbly woman in her 30s, right? And he said, who are you? And she's like, just say, oh, I'm Susie, right? I'm the girl from all those years ago. I'm a mechanical engineer for NASA. I helped build the Enterprise. Because of him, she had a child, right? One of them was called Montgomery, and her other son's name was named after the actor.
DeForest Kelly was his name.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that was Scotty I'm talking about, not
Bones.
Oh,
okay. When you said McCoy, you confused me. You meant Scotty.
I know, Scotty, yeah, but it was Scotty. Like, she became an engineer because of Scotty. And he said that she was there, and she gave him a little plaque from NASA and a signed photograph of the shuttle Enterprise, and he was there, and he said he absolutely loved that and stuff like that about the real. Dalek remembers.
I see that.
The show had another song interest, like when you look down, you're going around a twist, but it was sung in an Australian accent. It's like, when you look down, you're going round a twist. I said, hey.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. Another time to embarrass me. Barv, you might have heard of this because you would have been a kid at the time. Jacob, I know you definitely did. When we were getting the extension built on the house, I was up at every morning at 6:30, right? And I was there keeping an eye, and the only thing on television to keep my mind occupied was The Road to Avonlea. You remember that shit, Barb?
Barely.
Did you know they remade it?
Why?
They remade it with the fucking Anne of Green Gables.
What?
Yeah. I'm not messing. They made it.
Oh, I had it bad when the only thing that was on was Jay Leno.
Whoa. Dalek says we seem to get a lot of Australian stuff back in those days. Why?
Because Australia, the Australian network and Australia and the UK are connected through one monarch. So Australia, Canada, and New Zealand, all those stuff kind of
is it
Canada.
Is it Sky that's the Australian network? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
And Sky was a free.
You gotta admit, Australia brought us Farscape, and that was a darn good show.
Australia also brought us Home and Away.
Yeah, the only shows I remember seeing from or at
You
least
would
I've seen
simulate
bits and
them.
pieces of them from Australia, are the show called H2O, Just Add Water,
You shut the fuck up.
Wicked Science, and this other one called Cyber Girl.
Okay.
I've only heard of one of those.
Yeah. those
Which
are
one
like-
is it?
The first one. And I never saw it. I only heard of it.
Okay. I had to watch it because I have a sister. We only had one TV at the time.
Oh dear.
Cussy, are you familiar with H2O? See the embarrassment on your face. Yep.
Wow, that's a look.
Yeah.
So these girls went swimming on Mako Island.
yeah, they somehow got turned into mermaids, and they turn
Now-
whenever they touch water.
Now here's the thing,
Like,
and this is
that
now we
makes,
have to.
wonder what
no
makes
sense.
taking a shower would be like.
Oh
Yeah, they actually addressed that. They actually addressed that in one of them. Cybergirl. Oh boy, that. God,
Yeah,
that-
Cyber Girl. It does
I
sound
wonder
like
if
an
there's a
innuendo,
difference
yes, but
between
it's
saltwater.
basically it's some cyborg girl from another planet, and she becomes a superhero on
Yeah.
Earth.
But get this shit. So in H2O, and I'm there, and I was watching it with my sister. My sister was like, "Oh God, it's H2O," and I'm like, "But the logic though, if they're taking a drink, did they turn in? What if they get aroused? Because they didn't say what's the limits of them getting wet.
I thought it was only water.
No, it literally says
Saltwater versus like
No.
saltwater versus freshwater. I thought.
no. It's like if you get wet, you will turn into a mermaid. And I'm like,
Okay, that's just bad writing. Somebody didn't think that through.
That was really bad, Andrew.
it had to
Yeah.
a
I'm
spin-off
sorry, but-
series.
I'm
Ooh.
sorry, but their early adult years at the wet t-shirt guys must have been brutal.
Yeah, the other.
Um,
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, the other show, Wicked Science, is basically some kid and this girl who's obviously the quote unquote mean girl get hit by some crazy particle, and it makes them science geniuses. Of course, the boy is trying to use his powers, use his intelligence for good, while she wants to use. Well, of course, the girl wants to use it for malicious intent.
Yeah, Wicked Science makes my brain go to all kinds of other places.
I mean, I've seen Cussry's hit list.
Ooh.
It's obvious.
And I'd-
You're the guy. If you have like vast intellect, there's only two things you're gonna do with it. You're either gonna use that thing to try to save the world, or you're gonna use it to try to conquer the world. You're either gonna be.
Why would you want it?
Hold on. Here's something.
Especially
Just
with the
as
state
another-
how it is right now.
But
They
here's
can have it.
something. Hold on.
Yeah,
Here's a line
why
from
not
the-
just try to take over. Might as well take over the
Here's a
world.
line. Here's a line from like a reference from one of the Avatar comics. To save the world, I will conquer it.
Good luck.
It's an Avatar basically.
I know. what
Yeah,
you're
but
saying.
even
No,
then,
no.
you got
So-
Power Ranger villains that want to. Some of them
Yeah.
just want to strip conquer the Earth. Others want to say they want to conquer the universe.
Dalek posed the question in the chat.
They made two, Dalek. Not one, but two.
Oh dear.
Yep.
Yeah. They made two of that fucking. So there's two like, yep. He has the spicy adult water. Barb,
Oh, boy.
your liver must hate you.
Not especially.
Let's do
So-
a live watch of
Spicy
all
adult
nine
juices.
of all six. Of all three Disney Star Wars movies, and watch along before Farv and Guthrie die.
Nope.
No.
So did anybody watch the sci-fi channel Merlin series?
No,
Where
Yeah,
John Hurt
what
played the
series?
dragon? It's just called
Merlin
Merlin.
series.
John Hurt
I-
played the dragon.
I remember it existing, but I never actually watched it. And it's considered my mother had the sci-fi channel.
Oh yeah, here's another show from like the late 90s, early 2000s. I'm not sure anyone knows about this show, but I discovered it while finding it online. It's a show called First Wave.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
uh-huh.
That
I
sounds
remember
really familiar.
It
plot
does sound
plot
familiar.
synopsis. A guy who's like an ordinary guy who's like a safe cracker, former master thief in Chicago. He stumbles upon a conspiracy that aliens are planning to take over the planet, and they're basically disguised as humans. And of course,
Okay.
in order to guide him to stop the
I
aliens,
might have seen some of
It's-
that. I just don't remember it.
it's prophecy.
And-
It's
Sounds
prophecies
familiar.
of Nostradamus.
Talking about old actors, guys, it was recently just announced. Michael J. Fox said he has gotten a script about an actor with the same physical challenges, and he is willing to come out of acting for the right role, to come out of retirement for the right role.
No kidding.
So he's willing to go back into
If it's
acting.
not
even
him
though he
and
has
Christopher
Parkinson's.
Lloyd going back to the future one more time, I'm not interested.
Well, it was nice. It was, even though I really do not like Jimmy Kimmel, it was nice to see them return for Back to the Future Day.
Guys, did any of you watch the sci-fi show A Town Called Eureka?
My wife
I-
watched
Yeah,
it.
I was aware
My
of it,
mom
but I never
watched
watched
the ever
it.
loving shit out of it.
So Eureka was also connected to Warehouse 13, and
Yeah.
they had several like minor crossovers. There was Alphas, the weird X-Men knockoff, was supposed to be connected to him too. The Doctor, the lady that Artie kept hitting on from Warehouse 13, she showed up in an episode of Alphas, and they were eventually supposed to do a crossover with Haven, and then the four of them, before the MCU really took off, the four of them were supposed to do this ambitious, like, 8-hour crossover, and it never came to fruition, and I will never forgive, I think they're owned by NBC, I will never forgive them for not doing it.
Here's one I have that is both kind of nostalgic to me and, has some particular value since my mother's no longer
Yeah.
with us. It's so obscure to get a hold of, in fact, that the cover is not even in English on the disc.
Oh my god. Lil,
That's
Correct.
awesome.
This is a show that used to air on TV called Werewolf. It is
Okay.
so fucking hard to get a hold of that I had to go through a French publisher who restored the fucking what they made of the show in English, but I had to get it imported from France
so
because the network never retained the rights, so the show just kind of got killed off at the end of season 2 and then was just gone. Nobody retained the rights, so it was just in limbo for like 15-20 fucking years.
So talking about like weird crossovers, you know the show Bones?
Yeah, barely, but yeah.
Yeah, but that did a crossover. with
Yeah.
Sleepy Hollow.
I don't understand that one at all.
Bones did a crossover with Sleepy Hollow?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know Bones
Wow.
where they were like, there's no paranormal. They did a fucking crossover with Sleepy Hollow, and in the episode they encountered a witch and a demon and a god and time travel
Oh boy,
and
That's awesome.
sounds like a messy
Well,
plot.
Sounds like an episode of fucking Grimm.
I know it's
Grim
fucking
was
weird.
another good one.
But another one. Did any of you ever watch Cold Case?
No, it wasn't really
Yeah.
my kind of thing.
So,
No.
Bob, a question about the end of Cold Case.
I never
Right?
saw the end.
No. I mean, episode-wise.
Okay.
Was she actually seeing their ghosts, or was that just memories?
Oh no, that was her. That was supposed to be kind of like her, picturing in her mind how things must have went or how they did go. That was the end of every episode. Was her just reflecting, given the information she had on, on how things would have went had it, or the resolution, because that was the whole point. She was obsessed with bringing people justice long after
Damn
they
it,
were-
Torchy.
that kind of thing.
Damn
You
it.
know what? You know what show was fucking weird in practice? Ghost Whisperer.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I didn't watch
Jennifer Love
most
Hewitt.
shows,
That,
so, man.
I never
Yeah.
watched the show, but if it
Yeah,
was
Coulter,
really,
what
if
about
it was
you?
that weird.
I watched it with my mom for a really long time.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
so in
the
it,
medium
right?
was worse. Everything that was bad about Ghost Whisperer, medium was worse.
Oh, I'll talk about that
okay.
next. So in Ghost Whisperer, it was so stupid. It's like, Farv, I'll just go pick you up, right? Just say that it's like, Farv, Kusri's here to see you, right? And she stand beside you and she's like, Farv, the accident was not your fault. And I'm just there like staring at
I'm
you.
familiar with the show. I just didn't.
Yeah,
like
but
it.
it's so
Yeah,
yeah, but I'm
obviously.
just saying for those who don't know,
It's like
right?
the whole conversation. And then she just says like a single sentence.
Yeah, and like, cause he's like, Farv, I've been your friend forever. I've watched you go for the last 50 years. I'm telling you, I see you're so sorry for what happened. It wasn't your fault. And I'm just like, Ghost, says hello.
Right.
And they're like,
Oh my
thank you.
god.
Hey, get out from there.
No.
Hey,
Yeah.
what you doing?
But there are last two nostalgic
Yes,
shows
Nelson.
for me. One is this.
Hold on.
Boy, I'm gonna get you. Johnny Quest.
Yeah,
Johnny
this is
Quest,
the no,
yeah.
this is
Is that the
one-
real Adventures of Johnny Quest?
Yeah, the one from the 90s.
Okay, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, this is the second season, of course. Personally, all know what I wanted to talk about was, of course, this. I've shown. This
I
several
still
times.
need to track that down. I know it's on DVD now. I need to get it.
It's on Amazon. I found.
Yeah,
it.
I've seen it. I just haven't picked it up yet.
Okay.
I also
Yeah.
need to get fucking Jason the Wheeled Warriors. That was a trippy ass show I remember really liking.
Yeah, I know. SWAT Cats. They had a lot. They had a lot of insane, crazy guys. I think I might have even had like a toy version of the Turbo Cat when I was
Nice.
very, very little, but it was like lost.
I have 2.5 seasons of Gargoyles on DVD.
Gargoyles is amazing.
Gargoyles is amazing.
Oh yeah, are they planning to aren't they gonna try to reboot that? and
They
possibly-
no, they're talking about wanting to do a live action movie or some shit.
Oh no.
Which yeah,
Oh,
fuck off,
actually-
Disney.
They've already let the creators currently doing a comic book. Greg West.
The comic is
currently
actually
doing.
good though. I've been reading the comic;
Yeah, it
it's
is.
good.
Yeah.
But they're
So
gonna
did you
fuck
Well,
hear-
with the
because it
movie.
takes place that the Goliath Chronicles never happened and goes
Exactly.
through
Yeah.
But here's the thing: did you hear about Back to the Future and its rights?
No, because I didn't really watch anything after the first movie.
Oh, you should watch the other two. Anyway.
I just wasn't into it enough to follow it all the way through.
I've
enough.
watched every bit of it. But anyway, so the
Yes,
director,
Toshi.
the director turned around and he said he's after getting things about making Back to the Future 4, and he said that they sat down after Back to the Future 3. All right, what are we going to do for anyone have any ideas? He said, and they were in the writer's room, right? He said, and they spent about 20, 30 hours of their jobs coming up with ideas. So which literally led to one of the writers going, how about we don't make another? He said they came up with so
Yeah.
many stupid ideas, and the director turned around and said the rights are going with him in his coffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, sometimes shit just don't go well at a certain point. Like
sometimes you just don't need to be making more movies.
Yeah.
But then again,
I
Hollywood's
love
out of
the
ideas.
hell. I love the
Yeah,
hell
it was-
out of Eddie Murphy, but when you hear anything about Beverly Hills Cop 3, everybody fucking hated it. And that includes the actors involved. Nobody liked that fucking movie. And
Are
Eddie
you-
Murphy actually apologized to people for how bad it was. He's like, that was really fucked up. I didn't want it to end that way. And
Yeah,
now they got that new Beverly Hills Cop movie coming out, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I hope
Are
it's
you-
good, but I don't know.
yeah. Are you familiar with the
Under
creation
the
of Home?
current politics.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the create? Favre, did you watch
No,
Coming to America?
No, I
sequel?
own the first movie. I did not watch the sequel.
Dalek, what the hell is BTTF? Back to the
Back to-
Future. No, we don't
Oh,
need
yeah,
another
no,
one of
no
those.
more, no
Yeah,
more.
we don't. And even
The
then, I
director
heard-
No,
yeah, he's gonna take the rights to his grave. he
that-
said.
Yeah,
that was perfect. I mean, we had a beginning, middle, and end. There
Yeah.
didn't need to be any.
and then we had
more.
a cartoon series that
Agreed,
lasted a
Sophie.
short while.
Really?
I mean, let's
Yeah.
not
How
forget
about
the
this?
travesty
How
that was
about
the.
this?
Let's not forget the travesty that was the RoboCop animated series.
Yeah,
Oh,
but go
boy.
ahead, Bubba.
Okay, the RoboCop animated series is not really that bad. They did a live action series for a little while too.
I remember the live action series. It was all right. The only cool thing came out of the cartoon was them fixing the Ed 209's problem and putting treads on its legs.
Well, yeah, but the problem is they were trying to make an R-rated series
Into a cartoon.
something
Exactly
children
the
could
problem,
watch,
yeah.
And
So-
so as a kid, like watching it as an adult, yeah, it's cringe. But as a kid, it did its job.
And the
Oh,
same
yeah.
thing applies to Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm. And of course, you got all Yep, I know you guys will all laugh about that. That
I
is the
remember,
real-
no, I remember that show.
Yeah, just
Um,
yeah. and
so-
apparently, there was a crossover with several other series.
That
Like,
wouldn't surprise
Wing,
me.
Wing,
I didn't
Wing
watch much of
Commander,
it.
Wing Commander,
Hold on.
Street Fighter the animated series, and
So, are any of you familiar with the creation of Home Alone 2? Why it came into existence?
I
No,
was a long fucking time ago, but I do not remember.
Home
anymore.
Alone 2 was a drunken bet. You cannot make. You cannot make a.
Oh,
Yeah, he said you cannot make a successful
Oh, shit.
movie in a week, and he turned
Can't
around
you
and he
win a
said,
bet?
"I've." Yeah,
so
he
who lost
literally.
the bet?
Oh fuck! I think it was Steven Spielberg.
Was it Spielberg or Christopher Columbus?
No, Christopher Columbus won the bet.
Okay.
said-
so he literally said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, but the way he did it, he said, because he was coming up with ideas. He said none of these will be a hit, right? And he said, and then his kid walked in with a Home Alone VHS in their hands, and he turned around and was there, and he went, "I have an idea." Went to the script and went, "Florida, New York." in New York, and Bird Woman. It's literally the same fucking script.
Yeah.
And he handed it
yeah.
in, and
but
they
that's
made
what
it.
made it so special.
Oh, Torshi. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
Hi.
I saw that cartoon.
Oh my
the only
god!
thing
They
I
tried to make
remember,
they
the
made
only
a
thing I
Rambo
remember from that cartoon is General Warhawk. I don't remember
want-
anything else about it.
You want to know what
Rambo had a
cartoon?
fucking cartoon.
What cartoon I know, but nobody fucking knows existed?
What's
The
that?
Stargate cartoon.
What?
I heard of it.
No,
didn't
I
see it.
remember
Yeah.
that existed. I've never seen it. I know it existed.
I used to watch it. It was fucking weird. There was a team out there that was lost in the network, and they were trying to get their way home.
There's another show from back in the day.
It's
I
like
almost
set in the
forgot.
future
Yeah.
too, or something.
Sequest.
Oh God, I remember that.
Yeah, sequence.
I have that one too. Actually, that's a good show.
It's if you're interested.
It was good until
Stargate
what's his
Infinity
name left.
after-
What's that?
It was good until the what's the captain, the first actor that played
Oh,
the captain.
Yeah, that was Oh my god! Now you just made. I love that actor. You just made me forget his name.
Yeah, Jaws.
It was when they swapped Captain Bridger. I can't remember his name. Roy Scheider. When Roy Scheider left the series,
right.
and it wasn't Michael Ironside's fault because Michael Ironside's a good actor.
No,
But it was the way the
Yeah.
script changed to accommodate the captain. It went off the deep end pretty hard, pretty fast. It became an
Yeah.
alien invasion storyline at that point.
Talking about alien invasion,
right.
and then we'll wrap it up. We might do a part 2 later on if we don't have anything else to do. What would do? Any of you remember a show? What?
You're about to mention V, aren't you?
No.
No, I'm
Fallen
the one. I'm
Skies.
the one that watches that show. I have that one too.
Have any
Oh,
of you
Tarzan.
ever seen Fallen Skies?
The original one, Bubba.
Wait, what?
Fallen Skies.
Never heard
Oh,
of it.
dude.
I remember a show called Dark Skies.
Huh? No, the best sci-fi, one of the best sci-fi shows on the fucking planet.
Dude.
I'm sure that's some
Freaking
subjective.
fucking loved Falling Skies. I
It
freaking
was
loved
amazing.
That's awesome.
Freaking loved it.
I haven't seen it in years. I've been trying to find it again, but I can't find it anywhere over here. I watched it just
Oh,
after
yeah,
we got.
yeah.
I know that
like-
pain because it took me a couple of years to get a hold of V again when the copies I had got damaged.
Yeah, I know. V
Yeah.
V's on Tubi and also I think Falling Skies is on HBO Max.
But I don't. Do
I don't have
digital, so
HBO Max isn't in my country.
yeah, that's right.
Or Star, as you call, or no, wait, no.
I don't think they have that either, dude.
No, that's actually on Disney Plus.
Oh Jesus.
Oh Lord.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know if Disney would even allow it on there. though.
Actually, Disney has allowed the new Pamela Anderson TV show on there, which on it also has a scene where who's Pamela Anderson's husband?
Tommy Lee.
Thank you. Where Tommy Lee is in the bathroom high and talking to himself about like what he's doing to Pamela Anderson, like emotionally,
God.
right? And he wants to leave her, and then his dick moves and starts talking to him.
Who wrote this?
Speaking of Pamela Anderson, I have.
I think that show was
DVD.
on. That was on Hulu, I think. But I know one thing. I got rid of my Hulu series. It was getting too expensive. The last show I think I
Yeah,
watched
but
was a
I've got
damn reality
Stanley
show called
Schiaparelli.
Stars on Mars. That
Oh
was the
God,
last thing-
Bubba, really?
Yeah,
called
I
Pam-
found it at a garage sale for $3.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Hold on,
like
Pam
I
and
said,
Tommy.
Hey, for $3, that's fair.
yeah. The last thing I watched on Hulu before I got rid of it was Stars on Mars. It was a dang reality show on Fox, or at least it was put on
Nice.
Hulu the next day.
Okay,
Huh.
one sec. The one who wrote the episode is Amanda Chicago Lewis.
The fuck kind of name is that?
She wrote Got to Pot High for the Lows of It, the 90s greatest. She wrote 4 things: 1 writer, 2 self, 1 thanks, 1 producer. And she got the weirdest episode.
Mm. Mm.
So with that horrific thing, I'm going to wrap this up. Give Fire's Head a break. And guys, we will see you next week. When we are talking, Fire, you want, because you're Lena, you want to say what we're doing?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a sci-fi pop culture vehicle quiz. Actually, vehicles, ships, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So Fire is going to be leading it. So I'm going to lose this quiz hard.
I don't care how good Kid is. The Batmobile takes it every time.
Well, this is just, I'm going with a little bit more obscure stuff, so this should be interesting to see who gets what.
I mean, silly.
We're all gonna die.
Damn.
Yeah, Fire, last time I tried to do an obscure quiz, apparently it was too fucking obscure for any of you.
There's
I
a
would
couple
not.
things in there. If Kusri doesn't get him, I'm going to be a little sad. So I'm hoping she recognizes some of it at least.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So we have to get a weeb sign. Have you printed out to hold up a
Oh.
Kusri is sorry?
Oh, damn.
We have to do that. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I would like to thank Kusri. I'd like to thank Jacob. I'd like to thank Jet Sparks and Farv, and I'd like to say, Bubba, go fuck yourself.
Damn. Oh.
That's fair. That's fair.
Wow.
But before we wrap this up, I forgot. I'm sorry. I was distracted. Farv. We'll start with Farv, and then we'll go over and up. Okay? Farv, you want to shield your crap?
Well, I don't generally, keep that kind of stuff, but hey. Yeah, I have a book called The Farvithia Chronicle. I don't feel like digging it out right now. It's on my channel. It's on Amazon. It's the first in my fantasy novel series. I'm coming up on the last couple of chapters of the sequel right now before final edits. I'm hoping to have it out before the end of the year. But the first one's available on Amazon. There's links to it on my videos and on my Twitter X freaking profile. And I have a channel called Farvithian Guard. We do streams on there at least twice a week, sometimes more. Sometime, I don't have the date ironed out yet. We hit over 600 subs, and my brother promised when we did that he was going to have to play Hogwarts Legacy again. So there's going to be a stream of that at some point this coming week. I'm not sure which day yet. I'll put it on my Twitter when it's time.
I thought you said Monday?
No, Monday is Alone in the Dark because we had the storm last week and I couldn't do it like I promised.
Gotcha.
Talking
about
also
Japan.
going to, okay.
Sorry, no, this announcement just came out. Uchiro Umahara, do any of you know that voice actor?
No.
The name is familiar.
He's
Yeah.
famous on his role as Goblin Slayer in the Japanese Goblin Slayer.
What about him?
Okay.
He just announced that he's actually being married for 8 years.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, that's a whole lot better than I was afraid you were about to say.
That's
Yeah.
what I was afraid of.
Yeah.
It's a nerd vehicle quiz. So far, sorry, you want to continue on? I'm sorry for interrupting.
Oh, I was just gonna say, on the 26th, we are getting both Stellar Blade, which I will be doing some of on the channel, and we're also getting something called Sandland, which is the last game that the Dragon Ball Z artist worked on before he passed away. We have that one. We're actually picking that
he
up.
did back in the 80s.
Okay.
I have
It's getting an
Toriyama.
accompaniment anime as well.
It's a very odd game. starring a little demon imp kid, an old man, and another old man, and it's full of like tanks and robots and shit out in the middle of the
It
desert.
sounds
It's
like
weird as hell.
this panel. A little weird demon imp kid, 2 old men, and Jet Sparks.
Yikes. Anybody else want to show this shit?
Jet Sparks? You want to
Yeah,
share
like
your
I
shit?
said, yeah, you can find me at JetSparks373. I'm on YouTube, of course. I'm on Twitter. I have a Twitch, which I'm probably not even going to use anymore. I have an X account, and I think I might even be registered on both Rumble and on Odyssey. So again, if YouTube goes down the tubes, I mean, somewhat, I think I'll have.
Oh, heads up, by the way, I should bring this up while we're here. The thing where Rumble used to be able to synchronize your YouTube account and
going away?
upload your videos that you upload on YouTube to your Rumble doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, I tried to get my
figured
stuff
that,
synced.
yes.
I tried to get
do
my
that
stuff
too.
synced, but I never got it to work.
Mine
I mean,
used
that's
to do it.
unfortunate.
Mine used to work fine, and then just recently it just stopped functioning, and there's no answer on if it's even going to be fixed because YouTube
Yeah.
is having a fit.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
the whole thing I'm worried about. This is why, like, all these old
Why
tech
is
things.
YouTube not having a fit?
Well,
What's
because
that?
of course they're
Why
they're
is
scared
YouTube
of the
not having a fit?
yeah, no, they're scared of the competition.
Well,
but
I guess the only thing you could do now is like stream on YouTube and Rumble at the same time.
I don't have time to set that shit up.
No,
yeah,
me
me
neither.
neither. And plus, I can't. And also, I don't have the money
My,
to do
my
that. Heck, I
computer
don't have the
would
money
probably
to.
blow up.
That's painful.
I don't have the money to afford a PlayStation 5 so I can play games like Stellar Blade. Most I've been doing is playing my Switch. And
But
then
talking about switches, Bubba, you want to?
Damn.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Bubba, are you there?
Yeah. Anyway, so just for that, I'm going to get out the last point that I was going to say in the actual proper video.
Go ahead.
So anyway, for those of you who like continuities, detective shows especially, Matlock, Jake and the Fat Man, that was a detective show, Diagnosed Murder, and Monk, all 4 take place in the same continuity.
Oh,
Really?
fuck's sake,
Really?
wow.
So, yeah. And so when they're talking about doing that reboot of Monk, just bear in mind, they could very possibly be messing up a continuity that's been going since the 70s. Anyway, on that happy note, I am Geek Hero Bubba, and you will be able to find me over on X, where I get into a lot of trouble arguing with people that do not have brains. And, you know, sometimes I talk to the dictator over here.
Okay. Hey, Jacob, you want to shield your stuff?
Yeah, Tuesday night I'm going to be going over the movie called Drums Along the Mohawk. It's a 1939 Henry Fonda movie set during the Revolutionary War.
Oh, nice.
Pretty good.
nice.
Good.
Cool Street, you
all I
want to? Sweet, Cool Street, you want to introduce your audience? No.
What are you talking about?
Scar Meow and his 2 friends. The fact that I know his fucking name. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So on that note, hey, Cool Street, weird thing. Do you see an end button on the screen? And then
No.
stream.
Nope.
No, no, it's just wondering if she had that power. Okay, everyone. On that note, I would like to thank Cool Street, I'd like to thank Jacob, I'd like to thank Farv, Jet Sparks, and I'd like to thank Bubba. I would also like to say, please go subscribe to Sci-Fi Mombi, and guys, I would like you to check out Filthy MNT in all your weird locations. Check underneath your beds, your sewer grates, and anywhere where sticky people can be found. And I'd like to congratulate him on winning his purple belt. One day he'll
Hide your
finally work
pizza.
his exactly. One day he'll finally work his way up to getting his belt of color.
Cool.
Good night, all.